Right, good morning everyone. It's 20k easy today, which puts a smile on my face because the last two rides have been a 20k hard and hill reps hard, first ever hard hill reps. It was fairly hard, not as hard as I worried about. Maybe I should have gone harder, but what I'm pleased about is that I managed to smash through my previous climbing record. So previously I think the best I'd done was just over 200 meters within the sort of 30-minute, 45-minute-ish session. And yesterday, oh boy, yeah, I hit almost 400 meters, which I'm really pleased about. And because the hill was a bit further away, it turned into like a almost 19k ride with all of that hill climbing built in as well. So really pleased about that and feeling quite positive now. So now I've got 20k easy. I'm going to take it super easy. I think the reason I was able to do okay yesterday is I had a proper rest day on Tuesday. I skipped my normal swimming because I thought I need to be rested. Another reason to be cheerful today is new shoes. Finally got my cycling shoes, and I'm not actually clipped in yet. This is the first time I've properly taken them up. First time I've properly taken them out, so I've been a bit of a chicken. But literally right now I'm going to try while on the move, and I've tried this at home so far. I'm going to try while on the move clipping in. There we go. I think I'm clipped in. Yeah, I am. Okay, this is good. So yeah, I did try them at home. The first time I tried it was hilarious actually. I sat on the bike, leant against the wall. I clipped myself in. Well, first of all, it took me ages to realise whether I was properly clipped in. So to begin with, I wasn't properly clipped in, but then I managed to clip myself in properly. I couldn't unclip myself. I was twisting my ankle. I knew how to do it, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out. I had to reach down and untie my shoes and pull my feet out of the shoes, and they were just dangling off the pedals, which was really funny. And so I did a bit more research, thinking maybe I'd fitted the cleats wrongly, or I'd made a mistake somewhere, and I hadn't. The thing was that the pedals, I guess, came by default set to the sort of stiffest setting, so you can actually adjust how much force it takes to unclip. And by default they were set up so that it took a huge amount of force to unclip. And I wasn't prepared for that. So I managed to get the shoes off the pedals just by pulling them with my hands, and then I reduced the tension on the pedal so that it was easier to unclip. And now I think I got the tension about right. It's still harder than I expected to do it, but I think I've got it about right. What I haven't got, I don't think, is my cleat positioning. My left foot seems fine. My right foot seems a little bit too far forward, so I'm going to have to adjust that. But other than that, yeah, we'll see how it goes on this ride, and I'll report back later. And what I should do is practice unclipping, so I'm just going to have a go here at unclipping. Yeah, I can do it. Feels a bit unnatural still, though. Clipped in. Yeah, I can do it. Whether I can do it quickly or not, I do not know. So I'm not really noticing a difference in pedal efficiency at the moment. I said yesterday the day before, on the hill reps, that I think hill reps is when you notice it the most, because you're having to put a lot of power through the pedal, a lot of torque, and it needs to be constant, I guess, ideally, because you're just constantly battling against the gradient. you notice the gaps. You feel that you're not moving forward. Whereas on the flat, you can have lots of gaps in the power of your pedal stroke and not notice it because your bike just freewheels through them. So that's going to be when it's most noticeable, when I'm doing hills. But what I've got to get used to with these is that I need to pedal in a circle to keep the power all the way around. At the moment I'm clipped in, but I'm just pedaling like I normally would. So I need to sort of reprogram my brain to pedal in circles. Sounds dumb when you say it like that, but actually putting power down all the way around. Yeah, I should have spent a bit more time at home adjusting the cleat position on the shoes to get it spot on before I came out today, but that's certainly something I'm going to be doing tonight or tomorrow, as over the weekend I've got 60k, so I really don't want to be uncomfortable on that. So the shoes I've got are not road cycling shoes, they're advertised, they're Shimano, and they're advertised as being mountain touring shoes. I guess essentially they're a sort of cross between a mountain bike shoe and a sort of light hiking shoe. I got them because they didn't look too cycly, but at the same time I could walk in them because I knew I'd need to, because I'm not that fit. So and yeah, I've done a bit of walking in them already, and they were right. You can sometimes feel the cleats kind of grinding on the ground, which is a bit of an uncomfortable experience, but I'll clip from here and go onto the flats. I have to stop. Yeah, it's really nice having these double-sided pedals, and now I've got the proper shoes for it. I can literally pick and choose which side I want, and do half and half as well if necessary. And previously I wasn't able to find the flat side. Previously I was struggling to find the flat side of the pedal for my regular shoes, and I'd often pedal away in on the wrong side of the pedal, and obviously the clippy parts on the pedal really dig into my foot, which is really uncomfortable, and your foot's not stable on the pedal, so not a good way to ride. Whereas now I can, it's equally fine on either side. So even though I could go faster, and I kind of feel like I want to, I'm deliberately holding back at the moment, because I don't want to wear myself out before the weekend. Oh, I've got 60k. I mean, apart from the last time I've done London to Brighton, which was I think 25 years ago or something, this will be the furthest I've ridden, and I want to be a bit cautious. Unlike that guy, yeah, be a bit cautious about speed. Yeah, just be a bit cautious and save my energy, really, save my legs. Make sure that I can complete it. I mean, that's the goal, isn't it? I realise I'm taking this whole thing far too seriously. At the end of the day, it's a charity bike ride. But I quite like having this the structure to it, the training programme, the achievement of completing all the rides, doing everything that's asked of me, and also just seeing if it works. You know, does the training program work? It seems to work so far. I'm quite liking the balance. I'm not finding it too hard or too easy, but obviously your mileage may vary. Kind of tired today, actually. If I'm honest. I guess that hill rep session really was tougher than I realised. I felt really good when I got back. I felt quite energised, but then any time I had to go up any kind of gradient again, my legs really were feeling it. And then afterwards I sort of squatted down to do some laundry or something at home, and when I stood back up again, I really felt it in my legs. Coming up to the park, lots of nice gravelly bits around the park, which is fun. The entrance to the park is narrow, and I've managed to pretty much fall off there previously, so I'm definitely going to unclip myself before I get there, otherwise there is going to be an accident. Good job I wasn't clipped in. Oh dear, that didn't go well. At least I anticipated that it wouldn't go well. Okay, I'm on the flats now. Yeah, these shoes aren't quite as good on the flat side of the pedal as just normal shoes. But not that unexpected, so yeah, they're kind of slippery, so they don't have that continuous sort of rubber surface to grip on. I'll try pushing in here. Try. There we go. Right, it should be okay now. Apart from my hands going numb. This is really good. Bit of gravel here. Haven't seen a tram come along here yet. In all the times that I've ridden here, no trams, which is disappointing. When I first came to this park, I really didn't think much of it. I guess I thought it would be sort of stunning beauty, but I really like it now. I really like all these gravel paths. There's not many places you can do gravel biking in London, but this is one of them. Thursday today, I've got Friday off, got Saturday off, and then 60k Sunday. So I've been looking at some routes for the 60k. Got a few options. I could be boring and just do my 30k route twice. That's pretty boring though. I could go all the way out to southwest London, out to Richmond Park and back. That could be interesting. A lot of busy urban stuff along the way though, although apparently a large chunk of it is cycle route, but it's probably just the painted lines on the road. Or my other option is to sort of press on with heading towards Brighton and go down sort of to pretty much to the M25 and back. Haven't decided which one to do yet. Study the routes. I think the M25 route's a lot hillier. Puts me off a bit, but perhaps that's what I need. But then, you know, I'm already doing 60k, which is more than before. That's already a challenge. Do I really need to make it more difficult for myself than it already is? I don't think I do. So it's funny, I got these pedals thinking that thinking I would eat lots of flies. That's disgusting. I got these pedals thinking that I would use the flat side for the off-road bits and the clip-in side for the road parts. But funnily enough, at the moment I'm finding that the most obvious benefit is actually the bumpy, more off-roady bits, because your feet stay on the pedals. That makes a big difference. And you can pedal through those parts rather than descend the coast. But I suspect once it gets to some significant hills, that's where I'm really going to feel the difference. So yeah, the main things I've noticed that I feel that, you know, you've got to do differently with these shoes being clipped in is remembering you're clipped in, so unclipping before you put your foot down, and pedaling in circles. You know, you've got to remember to try and put power down all the way around, not just up and down, or just not just down I should say, but up and down and forward and backward, all the way around the stroke. I keep forgetting that. That's going to take a while. I'm glad I got the shoes now. I think we've got about a month before the London to Brighton. Gives me some decent time to practice. Let's see how quickly I can get myself clipped in. So, I'm guessing the best thing to do is clip in there first, and then off, clipped in. Wow, that was lucky. That was quite straightforward. So I think I'm all set now. I don't think there's anything more that I need to get for the ride, unless I choose to get some sunglasses, but I'll need contacts if I'm going to do that, or prescription sunglasses. That's going to be expensive, so I don't know if I'll be doing that. Everything else I think I'm sorted on. I've got enough space to keep everything. I've got ways to keep my phone charged and my GoPro. So that's one thing I haven't tested yet, is attaching the power cable to the GoPro while I'm actually riding. We'll have to work that one out. Got a mirror which has been very useful. The top tube bag for the USB power bank. The saddle bag for all my repair stuff, and a wind jacket in case it gets a bit cold. Got lights, poor visibility. Got all the clothing I need. and finally got my shoes, which I think are going to prove to be a very worthwhile purchase. I'm alright! That was hilarious. If you're going to have a crash, that is the way to do it. You know what? I'm going to have to put a big notice on my handlebars reminding me. Well, hopefully that's it. I've got my forgot that I was clipped in and fell over on my bike moment out of the way. Oh, blimey. That was very funny. But it would have been less funny if I was at a set of traffic lights. What I might do is reduce the tension on my shoes so it's easier to unclip. I can always tense it back up again if I have to, but I'd rather I come unclipped when I perhaps didn't entirely want to, rather than not come unclipped when I did want to. Going on a long ride like this isn't the best way to use clip pedals for the first time, or clipless pedals. Perhaps just ride up and down some soft grassy areas and do some pretend emergency stops and try and get the unclipping action into your muscle memory. I think that's probably the key, so it just becomes a natural, immediate response that you don't have to think about. And maybe don't be vlogging at the same time. Unclip. I did it, I unclipped without falling over. Oh, that was interesting. I learned a lot about clipless pedals today. How to do it, and more importantly how not to do it. But that was 20k easy. I'm okay, completely unhurt, nice soft grass, so no problems. And I'll put some stats up on the screen so you can see I was taking it very easy today, trying to save my energy ready for the 60k over the weekend. But beautiful day today, good on the whole, good riding, and thanks very much for coming, and I'll be back soon. Thanks, bye.